Hey guys, it's your boy HHWH, and today I want to address things I'm learning. I want to express a little bit of my head knowledge to you on how I feel and the truth about NPCs, non-player characters and all these things. So the truth is, we are the great I am, somewhere deep within our soul, covered over by a load of trauma. We actually are unconditional love. God put that into us, and God from above, the great creator, is unconditional love, and this is a school that we come down to try and learn how to love, and it's a very hard school. In fact, it's such a hard school, and our God is so loving and forgiving that we get hundreds of past lives and we reincarnate until we get it. Some people call it a soul trap. Don't worry too much about a soul trap. Know that God is actually so loving that He gives us chance after chance after chance to grow. We make our mistakes, we get shown a life review, we get put into, if we're bad people or we've done a lot of wrong, more than good, we get put into hell, which feels eternal because there's no time up there, and then we get the chance to, we cry out for God, and God gives us another chance to reincarnate and reincarnate and reincarnate. So the idea of NPCs, the actual truth about NPCs is everyone is a piece of God, and that so-called NPC has a God within them just as much as you do. It might be overlaid by a lot of trauma, they might be acting completely demonically or cold or robotic, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they were created by God, and they're going to reincarnate, same as you. Maybe they'll need more lifetimes, you could say an NPC. But everyone is actually on a soul journey, and that's a reality, that's a fact. And thinking of people, the big problem with NPCs, apart from that reality, is to have that mindset and that mind of moral superiority over NPCs, over any human, because that human is just a reflection of you. Literally, there's only one here. Everyone is a piece of God. So when you judge so heavily any human, but in this case we're talking about NPCs, and by the way, this is obviously hard to do because we have our enemies and all these things, but I mean for any human. So you're judging an NPC as, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a morally superior, I'm better than state, and they are much worse than you. And that goes against unconditional love and the truth of our existence here. Puts you in deep pride. NPC outlooks and emanations stem from a new age, new spiritual class of people that now consider themselves morally superior to normal people, that we call them NPCs. And it doesn't mean that NPCs, it doesn't mean, by the way, that they don't have these things. They might believe in vaccines are bad, they might be robotic and all these things. But that's not your job to judge, because that will block you spiritually and it will turn you against God. And the instant karma you get for judging people so heavily is it puts you inside your head, and then you can only love from here, if at all, and then you don't love from here. You stay stuck in your head, and your heart, the heart chakra, closes, and you become cold and less present and more mindy and less present to the senses. The more you align with loving everyone else and practicing your inner, outer work, and if you don't even practice inner work, life's going to show you and give you tough lessons on love. The more you do it, the more closer you draw to God, which means that God rewards you with seeing the world like God does, because God sees everything as perfection, because the reality is everything is perfection. So God sees everything as perfection, even the darkest soul here, because He created it. And the reward for learning to love others as yourself, as Jesus' highest commandments were, love your neighbor as yourself and love God with your heart, mind and soul. They are mutually inclusive. You can't have one without the other. To love your neighbor as yourself, and it doesn't mean to abandon yourself, it means to love your neighbor. To see your neighbor as yourself is to love God, and God rewards you with deep presence and surrender. And then every moment becomes special, and what I'm talking about is the consciousness of Christ that can be attained by all that Jesus commanded. So, any time, not just NPCs, everyone's on their journey, first of all, and if you want to look at it as a test for you to grow and learn about love and unconditional love and to love others, NPCs for a lot of people in our community are tests. Your family that hurt you, your enemies, your NPCs. You have to get out of that judgment through your mind in the first place to understanding that there is actually a soul deep down in there, and they will also over many lifetimes make the same goal, get into Christ consciousness, maybe more than you. but it's your job to equalize and to have compassion and understanding for other people, and that's where I lack. We have to start thinking when people misbehave around us and we feel superior, like what needs to be called for is compassion, understanding of the other person, and that will deflate your superiority until eventually your ego will dissolve so much over many lives, or even in this life. People are in Christ consciousness. Your ego can dissolve so much. The only way truly to dissolve the ego is to love people hardcore and unconditionally as best as possible without sacrificing burning yourself out. And that's inner and outer work. Look at babies. God designed us to propagate and have babies because that is the great place where most parents, mums and dads, learn about and feel in their heart and opens up the heart unconditional love. How can you not love your baby, right? For most people. So we start to get tastes. God gives us tastes of unconditional. Why families are important. God gives us taste through our kids of unconditional love, and then we're supposed to extend that grace and unconditional love out. It's not just to your kids, but your friends, your family, and then to the whole world, as Jesus did. So, long form all over the place, but deep truths I've presented here. To judge another, every measure that Jesus said that you judge others will come back at you, and that's correct. It happens instantly. Instant karma puts you in your head if you judge negatively other people, but also when you die, there is such thing as heaven or hell, and you will go there. And hell, eternal hell, is not a nice place to go. Check out YouTube videos, people to go to eternal hell, and then come back here. It feels forever and it's nasty, and you don't need to put yourself through that, or do you? Depends on what your beliefs are. Definitely one commitment I do every day now is check out NDEs on YouTube. There's so many cool NDEs. So anyway, I don't want to make this too long. Love you very much. Try your best here, because the goal is to get less judgmental on everyone in the world in time, and to get more peaceful, and that ego will dissolve so much that maybe come the end of your life, you'll equalize and live your life as heaven on earth. Peace.